Hi there, my name is Pania Tao. I was doing some research in the area and I came across your guys' website and I figured I'll shoot this video to give you guys 3 tips you can do today to help boost your online presence and bring in more leads to your business. So if by the end of this video you like what you heard and you see that I have a lot of tricks on my sleeve that can help you and your business, shoot me an email back or a text back and we can chat. Or if by the end of this video you simply want to take this information and do them yourself, that works for me as well. So the 3 things that I'm going to talk about today is content, citation, and backlinks. So I want to explain to you what it is that Google is doing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So what they do is they are crawling the internet, and what I mean by that is that they're searching every single website that's on the internet, and they're looking for 2 very important factors. The first factor is command content. And everything you see me highlighting here, all of these are considered command content. And you need and what Google wants to see is at least 1,500 words of command content right on your home page. That way you can be found for many of your other services. And what I did was I copy and paste your content into this word counter, and we can see that you have 802 words, which is pretty good, but you will definitely benefit more if you have about, let's see, 700 more words to reach that 1,500 word requirement. The secondary factor that is also a crucial component that Google wants to see that is embedded within your command content are organic keywords. And what I mean by that is essentially it's just a fancy phrase for words that people are typing onto Google. So what is basically known as SEO. And what I want to show you next is citation. So I went to Google and I put on this search term, kitchen remodeling Sacramento. And what will pop up first is the sponsor and ad section. This is the section where businesses are paying Google to be up on. However, studies does show that the ads are only semi-effective and can definitely become a money pit if it's not effective. And especially with today technology where where Google allows people to block ads, it may definitely hinder you if you do choose to do ads, but it's definitely something you can try. And then this is the second part that I want to discuss to you about. This area is the Google Map Hack, or the maps. This is where your citation will be, and citation is basically your business name, address, and phone number listed through various directories such as Yelp, Yellow Book, White Book, and even Facebook have an area where you can submit a citation. And basically when you're listing the citation to the directories, you want to make sure that it is your exact business name, address, and phone number. And in order to be on the top 3, you're going to need to beat out your competition in every aspect, which includes the citation. So you're going to want more citation than them and have your business listed in more directories than them. That way you can be found on the top 3 of the map. And then moving down, this is this is the last thing that I want to talk about. This section right here is the organic section. This is where 70% of the people that are using the search engine will end up clicking on. And they usually go for the top 3. That's why we really want to get you guys up to the top 3. That way you guys can be found and be more visible and get noticed more. And to do that, we're basically going to do the same thing, and that is to beat out your competition in every aspect. But this has more to do with backlinks. And backlink is the third and last thing that I want to talk to you about today. And the way that the web works is that there's a bunch of websites that are linking back and forth to one another. And the more website that you have that is referring back to your website, the more popular you are and the more likely you will to rank. Kind of like a popularity contest. However, not all links are created equally. And what I mean by that is that link work a lot more effective when you have high quality relative site linking back to you. For example, you do kitchen remodeling. So if you have another website that also does kitchen remodeling, pointing back to you, that would be more effective than, let's say, a Pizza Hut website linking back to you, because you don't sell pizza for a living, right? So that would be more irrelevant. And when we talk about backlink, it gives you three things. First is power, second is exposure, and third is credibility to your site. So moving to this tool that I use called Ahrefs, this tool isn't 100% accurate. However, this tool does buy data from Google, so we're able to see like the behind the scene of every website that we put onto this tool. And when I put in your website, your domain, we can see here that you have 13 keywords. However, this is bringing in you 0 in traffic, and we can see here that you have 48 referring domains, and that's giving you 90 in backlinks. And these two score are basically the score that's given to you by Google, which basically tell them how trustworthy your website is and for them to rank you. And then what I did was I also inputted one of your competitor into the tool, and we can see here that they have 1.1k keywords, and that's bringing them in 1k in traffic. And we can see here that they have 285 referring domain, and that's giving them 1.5k in backlink. And what we can essentially do is we can actually go into their keywords, and then we can actually look at what they're ranking for. And we can see here that they're ranking for their name, and they're also ranking for these key terms like kitchen remodel Sacramento, which has a search volume of 300, to which you are missing out on because you are not ranked at the top. And then what we can also do next is go into their backlinks, and what we can do is we can actually take every single link that they have and go after them for your own website and beat out your competitor. And yeah, that's the end of this video. So once again, we went over content, making sure your front page have at least 1,500 words. Citation, you want to have more than your competitor to beat them. And then backlink, you need to have more relative site pointing back to your website. That way it shows Google that you are the authoritative. And if you implement these strategies today, you can definitely be #1 across Google. And yeah, you can either go with this information I provided you today and do this on your own, and I'm totally fine with that. Or if you want the most effective route and want to save yourself the time, definitely give me a call at 916-382-2906, or you can schedule a meeting with me and we can definitely chat more. If not, no worries, but I would love some feedback to see how I did. Thank you. Have a great day.